Hey guys, good morning. I'm getting ready to plant this gorgeous Caryopteris in my garden. The reason I wanted to do this video today is because it's supposed to be the hottest day of the year so far, which is not the best time to plant. It's best to plant in the spring or early fall, but it's the best time of year to show you what this plant looks like. And that's kind of the whole point of this video. I just wanted to show you a really good plant that you can plant in your garden in a really nice sunny spot that looks amazing during the dog days of summer. So a lot of the rest of our perennials have been cut back. Like I have some red valerian here that's just starting to reflush and there's no color in this area. So I'm working on adding some more plants that have some really strong mid-summer interest, and this one blooms all the way through fall. So this spot right here, it's very early in the morning right now, and we came out here on purpose because it is in the shade for a little while, so it makes planting pleasant, but this area gets full sun for pretty much the rest of the day. So that is really important for Caryopteris. They like full sun. They like a spot that's really well draining. In fact, if you have a spot where butterfly bushes do really well, the same kind of care goes for this type of plant. So this is a flower bed that is right behind our gazebo. You might recognize this area. We worked on this spot a little bit last year and the year before. We had a pond right here that we had removed, and we had a gopher infestation in this area. So I've been kind of working on just getting the plants back up and going, and it needs a little bit more work. This whole area does though. I started planting this flower bed on this end here. So I've got some really pretty, baby's breath, and this is actually one of my favorite annuals this year. This is a plain blue salvia, and I absolutely adore that plant. So, things are coming along. It's just kind of an evolving process. So I'm kind of just working my way down this bed here. So far I have this big drift of, I think this is perfectly pink or super pink Angelonia. It's an annual plant. I just popped in here for some color this year. I have a David Austin rose called the Poet's Wife, which is a really soft buttery yellow, and I'm going to add 4 more of them in here. So I thought it'd be really pretty to have kind of that drift of light yellow roses and then have this beautiful light blue right in front of them. So anyway, that is the area. So now I need to get in here and figure out where all my drip is and get the plant in the ground. Oh, what in the world? Get this out of here. I mentioned before, but this variety is called Beyond Midnight, and I think it's going to be absolutely perfect in this spot because the roses that I mentioned earlier get about 4 feet tall, and this variety gets about 2 to 2.5 feet tall and wide. So it'll be kind of a perfect stair step down from the roses. It'll fill in this section right here, and there are some other perennials around here, some sedum, some white salvia. It just blends really, really nicely. So I wanted to go over a few things about Caryopteris in general. They like a lot of sun, and like I said, this spot gets sun for most of the day. Really well draining soil. They like hot, dry spots. In fact, this particular variety was developed in Israel, which I find quite interesting because that's a very hot, dry climate. So if you've got a spot that's like that and then you just have a really tough time getting things going, this is a really good option. This one also has really nice dark green foliage, and a lot of Caryopteris kind of has like a lighter, dustier green. So I think that that's kind of unique for this variety. These also benefit from pruning. These are a woody shrub, but it's best to go in and prune them about early spring when they start to push new growth, because that's what will keep them really compact and nice. Otherwise, they have a tendency to want to kind of splay out and maybe even the branches break. I don't know if you've had Caryopteris before and have had that happen. So when they start pushing new growth in the spring, you'll go and look at each branch and you'll follow the buds down to the first really healthy looking set of leaf buds. Because usually on the top, they'll look a little bit small and maybe a little weak. So you follow it down, find that first really nice healthy looking set, and then trim the stem right there. So you'll just do that on the whole plant, and that's what will keep it really nice looking. So the second thing I actually really love about this plant, the first being of course the color it brings to the garden this time of year. The second thing is the fact that it attracts pollinators of all kinds. Honeybees, hummingbirds, butterflies. I notice in particular the honeybees just loving this plant, and in fact as the day kind of warms up and the honeybees start coming out, they're not even out yet, this whole plant will be just covered. But the bees are usually so interested and busy just gathering pollen and nectar that they usually won't mess with people that are by the plant. But if it's something you're worried about, you can go ahead and plant them away from walkways and doorways and things like that. So if you live in a zone 5 through 9, this might be a good option for your garden. I'm certainly excited to see how it grows in this area right here. I think it's going to be really pretty. We will be updating you on this spot as it evolves, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.